On a crisp morning, hammers ring as dozens of Amish men raise a new house. It seems like pure strength, an old way of doing things. You see simple living, strong hands. But below the ground, and hidden in the walls, a complex water system is taking shape. It's a part of their world most people never picture. When you think about the Amish, you probably picture a life that's completely off the grid. No electricity, no running water, and definitely no indoor bathrooms. It's what most of us have been led to believe. But that picture isn't the whole story. Not even close. A construction worker who built houses with Amish crews put it simply. Inside, their homes are just regular houses. He was blown away by their skill, seeing kids as young as 13 reading complex blueprints like it was nothing. And here's the truth that surprises almost everyone. Many Amish homes have full indoor plumbing. Some even have gas lines running to furnaces and water heaters. They just do it all on their own terms. Instead of hooking up to the city power grid, they might use a windmill to pump water from their own well. It's all about being independent and keeping things simple, using systems they can build and fix themselves. This approach also means their cost of living is incredibly low. So today, we're going to forget the myths. We're going to show you the clever engineering hidden inside a modern Amish home. So, how is it possible to build an entire house in just a day or two? It's an incredible sight. Once the foundation is laid, the community shows up in force. We're talking 30 or more men, all arriving ready to work, turning a bare slab of concrete into a home. It looks like organized chaos, but it's the exact opposite. This isn't just about throwing a bunch of people at a project. It's about meticulous planning. Before a single nail is hammered, every step is thought out, every piece of lumber is cut, and every person knows exactly what their job is. And these aren't just weekend helpers. These are highly skilled workers. A guy who worked on a construction site with them said they were the most efficient crew he'd ever seen. The skills are passed down from a very young age, creating a whole community of expert builders. Their speed also comes from something else. They're not waiting around for anyone. Think about a normal construction project. You have to wait for the plumbing contractor, then the electricians, then the city inspectors. There are endless delays. The Amish cut all of that out. Because they're building their own self-sufficient systems, they don't need to connect to outside utilities. They run their own water lines from their own well. They can install their own gas lines for a furnace without waiting on the gas company. They might rig their hot water system to work with a simple wood-fired stove instead of a standard water heater. And if they need a specific part, chances are they can make it themselves or get it from someone down the road. It's this powerful combination of massive community effort, deep skill, and total independence that makes it all possible. It's a true manpower machine, built on a foundation of trust and teamwork. So let's tackle one of the biggest myths about Amish homes, the idea that they don't have any indoor plumbing. While it's true some of the most traditional groups might still use a simple outhouse, for many modern Amish families, that's just not the case. They have cleverly engineered their own systems to have running water completely off the grid. The process usually starts with a well. And powering the pump to get that water out of the ground often comes from a classic, iconic piece of farm equipment, the windmill. That windmill isn't just for decoration. It's the engine of the whole water system, pulling water up from the ground. While some windmills can pull water from over 300 feet deep, most of the time it isn't necessary. In a lot of Amish country, you can find water just 50 feet down. From there, the water is pumped into a holding tank, often a simple 250-gallon cistern inside the house. And they are so good at managing their water use that a tank that size can provide enough water for a whole family for up to a week. Inside, you'll find cold running water and a functional toilet. Now, these aren't always what you'd expect. Some are homemade from galvanized steel with a locally made seat. They're built to be simple and last forever. But in other communities, you might see standard PVC pipes and porcelain toilets, just like in any other home. So what about hot water for a bath? It's beautifully simple. They just heat kettles of water on their wood-fired stove and add it to the tub. No complicated water heater, no gas bill, no problem. This brings us to power. The old order Amish do avoid connecting to the public electrical grid. But that doesn't mean they don't have their own sources of energy. Many homes run gas lines, but the gas doesn't come from a city pipeline. It comes from a large propane tank on their property. This propane can power gas-powered lights, run a kitchen stove, or even fuel a furnace for heat. It all comes down to one core idea: self-sufficiency. A plumber who worked on their systems said it best. He explained that for the Amish, it's all about being able to survive without help from the outside world. Think about it. They never have to call an outside plumber. If something breaks, they have a skilled person right there in their own community to fix it. And if they need a new part, they'll either make it themselves, sometimes with simple things like homemade leather seals, or get it from a neighbor. It's an incredible system. Everything is durable, locally sourced, and completely independent from fluctuating utility costs and fragile supply chains. They've truly engineered their own off-grid oasis. But that whole system of pipes and tanks raises a big question. Before you can even think about a windmill or a pump, you have to answer the most basic question of all: where's the water? Finding a good spot for a well has been a challenge for centuries. Long before modern geology, people relied on old-world wisdom, and sometimes something that looks a little like magic. You might have heard of it. It's called dowsing, or sometimes water witching. The idea is simple. A person, the dowser, walks across the land holding a forked stick or a pair of rods. When they cross over an underground source of water, the stick is supposed to dip down, pointing to the spot where you should dig. Now, is it real? That's a debate that's been going on forever. Some people will tell you that dowsers are just fakes, putting on a show for their clients. Others have a different take. They believe a good dowser isn't using magic at all. They're just really, really good at reading the land. They know how to spot the subtle clues in the terrain, the types of plants that are growing, the way the ground slopes, that signal water is close by. In this view, the forked stick is just a tool, a prop to help them focus and maybe add a little flair to the process. While there's no hard proof this is a common Amish practice, it fits perfectly with their way of life. A traditional, time-tested skill passed down through generations, relying on a deep connection to the land instead of modern technology. But whether they use a stick or just pure experience, the real challenge is what's happening deep underground. The depth of the water table can change dramatically from one place to another. In a lot of Amish country, you can hit water just 50 feet down, which is perfect for a simple windmill pump. But in other regions, you might have to drill 500 feet or more to find a reliable source. That's where local knowledge becomes everything. The so-called 200-year-old rule for placing a well isn't some secret phrase written in a book. It's the lived experience of the community. It's knowing your land, your soil, and your neighbor's well. It's about combining practicality with tradition to find the heart of the homestead, that one perfect spot that will provide clean water for a family for generations to come. So, what really lies beneath the surface of an Amish home? We've seen that the picture most people have of a life completely cut off isn't quite right.